And welcome to Broader Financial Future to all my friends out there. Hopefully having a great day so far. In today's video, I'm going to talk about two stocks that I own. These are actually two of my favorite companies, and that's Pepsi stock and Coca-Cola stock. Now, even though I'm saying versus, they're both great stocks to own, but I'm going to go into detail and see which one, in my opinion, is currently better. Now, before we get started, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help us grow. We're almost at that 500 mark, and we're really trying to get there, hopefully within the next month or two. That way we can hit that next goal of 1,000. So before we get started, stay tuned. All right, we are back. Now, just a quick disclaimer. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Any investment may involve risk, so it's always important you do your own homework. It doesn't matter where you're getting financial advice from, because it's your money and it's your responsibility. Now, let's jump into today's video. All right, so the first company I'm going to talk about is Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is in the beverage space. Now, they currently have a price tag of $56.40. Now, some of the metrics I like to look at is their PE ratio. So next year, their estimate is at 23.9. This year is 25.9. And if you look at your trailing 12 months, it's 33.8. So next year, their PE is definitely going to go down, which is actually a good thing. So that's one of the things I like to look at. It's a little bit higher than where I like it to be, but it's Coca-Cola. Is a quality company, and sometimes, the PE, it is what it is. Now, this is what we want to talk about, right? It's a dividend-paying company. Now, they pay a dividend of 42 cents per share, and that's a dividend yield of 2.98%. Now, when you look at the trailing 12 months, their payout ratio was pretty high at 101%. But if you look at their last quarter for their dividend payout, it dropped 80.62%. Now, I'm not worried about Coca-Cola paying their dividend. They've shown over time that they're committed to paying a dividend. They have over 50 years of consecutive dividend increases. So, great company to own. In addition to that, if you look at their dividend growth rate, the 1-year mark is 2.44%. And if you look at their dividend growth rate for the past 5 years, is about 3.71%. So they're definitely growing their dividends yearly, especially now when we talk about inflation. You might hear a lot of stories about inflation. We want our money to grow. So even if you get the stock now at a 3.98% yield, on average, for the last 5 years, they increased that by 3.71%. Because if you leave your $100 in a bank and inflation went up 5%, that $100 is now worth $95. So we want to make sure we either maintain the value of our money that we have now, and either maintain or increase its value over time. And that's one of the reasons why I love dividend stocks. And we're just talking about the dividend component, because this stock actually has the potential to grow as well. So another thing I like to look at, market cap. The market cap. This is a huge company with 243 billion market cap. Some of the other numbers I like to look at is operation margin. All of these are for the trailing 12 months at 30.21%. The gross profit margin, I like that at 64.01%. And a profit margin at 21.59%. One thing I didn't really like is the revenue growth. They need to do something to kind of increase the revenue, but you look at the trailing 12 months versus the prior trailing 12 months, it's down basically 10%. And if you look at the 5-year mark, they're down 5.71%. Typically, especially when it comes to dividend, I like to see the revenue grow over time. That way they can continue to pay that dividend payout in addition to increasing the dividend as well. And one thing I like to look at I like to look at the 50-day moving average. It's currently trading above that. The 50-day moving average is at $54.95, and it's also trading above the 200-day moving average of $52.63. So right now it's a little bit high for my liking. It's right next to, depending on where you're watching this video, it's right at or near the 52-week high of $56.67. So that's a little pricey, but sometimes when you want quality products, you do have to pay a little bit more for that dividend yield. I like to get in at least closer to the 50-day moving average, so it drops a bit below $55, especially 52. But for me, I like to see it come down a little bit more before I buy more shares of this stock because I already own it. But it's still on my watch list of something, a stock that I'm still highly interested in buying. Yahoo has a price target of $59.80. So there is some room to kind of grow the stock within the next year. And when we look at some of these research companies like Jefferson Research has it as a hold, Zacks has it as neutral, and Reventive has it as a sell. So none of these people have it as a buy, either hold or sell. I'm kind of neutral on Coca-Cola myself right now, but I am looking for places to really place my money outside of a savings account because at the end of the day, inflation is literally killing our money. So we need to put it somewhere where it has the potential to grow. And overall, long term, I don't plan on selling anytime soon. So if anything, Coca-Cola showed us that they're definitely a great company to own for the long haul, and they're definitely a company that's committed to the dividend. I just like to see this company go down a little bit more before I buy into it. But they have great brands like Coca-Cola, Powerade. So they have a lot of brands under their belt, especially when it comes to the beverage space. So that's one thing I like to see. The only negative I would say is because of inflation, materials are going up. So they're going to probably have to pass over those costs to the customers. But at the end of the day, if you like Coke, you like Coke. You like Powerade, you like Powerade. And it's definitely a great company, long term and for the long haul. So that's one of the reasons why I own it. All right, let's jump into the next company, and that is Pepsi stock. Now, they're in a beverage space as well. Pepsi and Coca-Cola is like that classic rivalry between two companies. They have a PE of 23.2 for the next year. This year is 25, but for the trailing 12 months, 26.3. I would say that's decent. And when we look at their dividend, because it's all about the dividends, they pay a dividend of $1.08 per share, and their yield is 2.77%. So it's definitely way better than anything you get at any bank right now. Also, when you look at their payout ratio for the trailing 12 months, is better than Coca-Cola at 72.64%. So they're doing a really good job as far as their payout ratio, which is very key. And also, you look at the last quarter, it's 59.92%. So they're doing a great job there. And even when you look at the dividend growth rate for the past year, it's 5.13%, and the 5 year 7.39%. So they're definitely growing their dividend more so than Coca-Cola, which is key. So personally, I like Coke a little bit better, but looking at their dividend payout ratio, their dividend growth rate, I might be more of a Pepsi fan coming up. So let's move on. Now, they're definitely a large company with a market cap of 214 billion. So these are mega companies that's worth a lot. The operating margin is 15.4%. The gross profit margin is 57.83%. And their actual revenue growth for the trailing 12 months versus the prior trailing 12 months is 10.24%. So they are growing the revenue. Even if you look at their 5-year history, they have been able to continue to grow the revenue, which is very important, especially when it comes to a dividend company. I like to see those numbers move up. And When I look at the current price is $155.82, give or take when you're watching this video. Their 50-day moving average, so it's way above its 50-day moving average of $148.22, and is way above its 200-day moving average of $142.37. It's basically right at its 52-week high, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are buying more into these companies like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, because people want to put the money in what they can consider a safe place where they're still getting some value as far as dividend income than just placing it into a bank. So that's one of the great things about dividend stocks. You have that potential to still get paid. I'm not really too concerned as far as the price of the stock because these are companies I don't plan to sell anytime soon. I'm a long-term investor, so even if the stock goes down, that would actually be a great thing for me because I could get a better yield. But even at this current price for Pepsi, I'm okay with it because it's still a solid company. And Pepsi has great brands like Gatorade, Pepsi, Lay's, uh, Cheetos, Ruffles. Like when I was going through the list, I'm like, man, I actually buy more Pepsi products than I do Coke, even like Quaker Oats. So Pepsi has a lot of brands under their belt. So it's definitely a company that's well diversified. They're not heavily reliant just on beverages. Now, when I look at these are just some other analytics from Jefferson Research. They have it as a hold. Zach Investments Research have it as neutral, and Reventive has it as a hold. So basically, pretty much either have it as a hold, neutral, or hold. This is a company. Hopefully it dips a little bit, or I could buy more shares. If not, I'll probably still invest in Pepsi because over the long haul, they've been pretty consistent with their dividend. They've been increasing their dividend for over 40 years. So they're definitely a solid company, a solid brand, well diversified. All right. So some of my final thoughts are these are great companies to own and hold for the long haul. Me personally, after doing my research, I edge Pepsi over Coca-Cola. I think they have a lot more growth potential. So I definitely like Pepsi a lot more. I'm definitely probably going to buy some more shares in the near future, but hopefully the stock goes down a little bit more because I would like to get a closer to a 3% dividend yield on my money. But if not, it's still a solid brand. I love Pepsi, and sometimes like I said, you have to pay a little bit more sometimes for a better product, a better company, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather pay more for a company I know that that's committed to their dividend for the long haul. Actually, I have dividend history with both of these companies. So even if you don't go with Pepsi, Coca-Cola is another good one. So let me know your thoughts. Do you own Pepsi stock? Do you own Coca-Cola stock? Which one is your favorite dividend-paying stock? In addition to that, which one is even your favorite drink? Do you like Pepsi or Coca-Cola? That's a battle that has been going on for years now. Or you're like me, you own both companies and you drink whatever's on sale. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everybody, hopefully your stocks are doing really well. Have a good one. Peace.